Hi everyone, it's Nathara, and today I'm going to be going over the new scene pack, Mystic Shade. In it, you do get the chat bubble Crescent Envoy, the still pose Unfading Spell, very typical magical girl pose, I like it, and you get the scene Eternal Jail, and you get the dynamic pose Bigotry Abyss. I like the little song that comes with it, it's very action-packed. And here's a look kind of like at the scene and its surroundings. So the chains and the debris do go out quite far, which is nice. And you are just on a big rock that is floating. And here's our posable area, quite large, all things considered. So you can pretty much go all the way around this thing. You can have your doll like popping out of the cliffside down here. That's as low as she can go though, but you can still have her in that if you wanted to try and get some pictures that way. It's the same thing right there. I mean, I don't know why you would want to be down here, but I mean, I think you can actually make some pretty cool shots. So, I mean, I guess that's why you would be down here. Let's see if we can get back to the chains. Oh, so they are like transparent almost. You can see through them. So that could actually be like a really cool effect. Let's see if I can get it going through her chest. Doot, doot. There we go. Oh, now of course she decides to move at that point. But that would be pretty cool, you know, be able to make a fit like that. It pairs really nicely with the vampire one, like she could be holding a heart in her hand and the chains going through her chest. I don't know, some sort of symbolism there, I guess. That would be neat. We do have some rubble over here. More chains. Though that is as far back as she can go. She cannot go any further back, so you are stuck right there. Back out. And see where the lighting gets weird. All right, there. Not too bad, honestly. Let's put some filters on. See if we can change like the pink of the background. Retouch. Doop. Oh goodness, that's very green. I mean, I guess you can go super hard on the yellow like this. And there's blue. You can make an orc. That would be cool. Well, I kind of like that color too. That's nice. Very pink, yeah. I like that blue. I wonder what it looks like. Sorry, I am super digressing right now because whenever I do these videos, I'm also just doing this my very first time too. I'm going through it, so it's an exploration for both of us at the same time. Probably not the best way to do things, I'll admit, but that's just how I do it. It helps save me time. I have also found that if you move your doll right here in this position, you do hit a glow spot, so that is also super cool. Because it does cast on her a pinkish glow. Let me bring my other doll over here and see if it does the same thing. Bring her down. Okay, cool. So yeah, that's neat. Always good to know when you can find those spots. It does give you a super pink glow. That's super cute, my goodness. So it actually extends beyond that point as well. So even though I've pushed my dolls back onto like this rock, because right now I'm trying to get the cover shot for the video, they are still glowing. So I think it's like this entire side section over here where you can see the light pattern on the ground. I feel like all of that is going to be a light zone, and it might be over there by that rock as well, but I will let you know in like 2 seconds. Alright, so there is nothing over here, but I'm gonna keep checking just in case. Alright, and I did find another one right here, and honestly, I think I like this one more. Like, look at that glow, my goodness. And let me show you. So there it is without it, and it is just over here. There's the other one, and right here is this one. And it is just right in this zone. So if you want to make like a pink alien fit, I mean, this is the perfect spot for it. So let's go ahead and look at the Unfading Spell really quick and check out some of the handheld staffs. So you can use the sword with it. That's really cool. Why did they make this so difficult? So I think it's going to work with most of your staffs. I kind of like how you can make her lean against this. That's cool. Well, it works with the koi thing. Works with that staff. Does not work with the scissors. Works with the magical girl staff. Does not work with the giant flower. It does work with the key, surprisingly. So you cannot use the bow and arrow with it, which actually would be like such a cool, you know, action shot, even if the bow and arrow was in the standard pose. Because of how she's leaping, it kind of looks like you know, whenever Legolas is leaping off things in Lord of the Rings and he's got like his, you know, it's like a side leap arrow shot. It works with the paintbrush. It works with the candy cane. I like that too. Alright, so honestly not too bad with the handheld options. Though I am disappointed, like I said, with you not being able to use the bow and arrows. And here's the scene on the palest shade and the darkest shade that is offered in the character creation at the moment. So it's not too bad. It doesn't like overly wash them out or cause any harsh effects or anything. And that is always a bonus for a scene. Alright, and I thought it would be helpful to also show the expressions without the pose itself. So here is the Unfading Spell expression. And here's the Bigotry Abyss expression. So, it's like super expressive. So if you're always, ooh, I love that last one right there. So if you're looking for good expressions to express more, that sounds so silly. But you know, some of the faces that we get aren't very expressive. And this one actually comes with some pretty animated ones, I guess. So it's quite nice for that, honestly. Now I'm going to zoom super out and look at the dynamic pose. Yoink! Oh, there she is. She's like right underneath that bright speck. You know what would be interesting? Checking this in other scenes. Oh man, yeah, you're gonna be able to get into some places and scenes that you normally wouldn't be able to with that. What would be another one? Wonderland? Darkness. Where are we? Underground, I guess? Oh, let's see if we can just pause this, go really slow. There we go. And then we can just change scenes from here. And look at what views we get. We're gonna be able to get like the underside of all the palaces. Ooh, I kind of like that. Look at all those stars. Interesting to say the least. I don't want to sit here for too long, but with this pose you can actually get access to some pretty kooky positions, I guess, because of how she comes into the scene. So I'm going to go ahead and see what this pose looks like right here with free camera on. Obviously she's going to be really far down there on the first instance, but whenever she jumps up here, just to give you a better view of kind of what the pose will look like with her without, you know, the fancy dynamic camera highlighting the movements. I do feel like it's going to be hard to use the first half of this pose because she is going to be so far underneath the ground in so many of the scenes, because there's just not going to be anything down there with her, you know? She's just in a blank zone, I guess you can say. So it's just going to be whatever the background color is down there. And then this little running scene, which is cool, don't get me wrong, it's awesome. But you are limited to whatever is beyond the 3D landscape. I do like this scene. It does remind me of the Where's the Caged Galaxy scene. This one a little bit. They both have the space theme. There's no chains or anything, and this one's very blue, whereas this one's very pink. There is an effect that we got, I think I got actually, it was like a decom effect, but it's got red chains over it, so like you can like triple up on the chains, especially if you have the chains that came with the vampire set. That's like 3 layers of chains, and you can just be super locked in if you really wanted to. So let's go ahead and go into home and check out the chat bubble. Alright, and here's the chat bubble in its smallest, a mid-length, and an extended version of it. So it's really actually super cute. It's got the little line on the bottom with the flowers on the left, the little moon and the stars. It has an ombre within the bubble. Your text is white, and the cute little owl is right there on the corner. It's a very cute chat bubble. Some good news is that this is a full round scene, so the one camera motion that you can use can actually, like, it doesn't have any weird clippings of the scene, because the scene is actually kind of like just sitting there in the center, and beyond it fades off into like an abyss. So it is good for that. Overall, I am very pleased with this scene pack. I really do like the scene. I like the chains in it and the floating rocks. I just, that's my jam right there. I do like the chat bubble. I think it's cute, but I just am not going to ever pick it over one of the ones that I have right now instead. I do like the still pose. I think it's great for the leaning things, and I do like the dynamic pose. I like that it shoots the character back, and I like that we actually have a running pose now, so we can kind of get her into like in a more athletic position almost. And then the music, it's very short, so I don't think it's something I'm going to incorporate into my home panel. I don't know how many people actually do that. Most of the time my stuff is muted. But anyway, I'm digressing. I hope this was helpful to you in deciding if you would like to purchase this scene pack or not. And I will talk to you later. Bye bye.